All right, welcome everybody to our Live Fully Zoom, our pre-celebration Live Fully Zoom. It's so exciting. Um, Laura, everybody's on, David's on, Alvy's on, Leon's on from Australia again. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just get so excited that we're all over the world, us crazy ISA people. So it wasn't last week before last, we actually had Leon on, who is a part of the 100-Pound Club in Australia. And I met him. He is the father of a good friend of mine who I met in Mexico. So it just like continues to spread and spread. And there's Casey. Hi, Casey. Hello. So I am just so excited about tonight because we have what I've been calling for weeks an ISA power couple on our hands with Mark and Jennifer Ostrowski. And, it just goes to show what being nosy can do, because I just started asking all these questions. Somebody got her. Okay, muted. So I started asking questions after, just kind of getting Live Fully Zooms back on track, because we were on hiatus for a while, and I was over at Casey's and, talking about the 100-Pound Club and really, having these Zooms get going again. And it was just like, gosh, you should, call Alvy, and talking with David Stark on the phone about, celebrations coming up. And it was like, around this time last year that we were handing out Live Fully cards, these postcards that we had made up, and Morgan helped make those up, and getting ready for celebration. It's that time again, and where are we this year? And talking with Laura, having been on the call and trying to connect all these dots of like what's going on at corporate, what's happening as far as the 100-Pound Club and Isabody. And who are the people to talk to, right? Like, how do we keep connecting more people into Live Fully and keep, spreading the word about this group that's really here for people that deal with severe obesity and compulsive eating disorders. And then here's Alvy, is like, well, who you need to talk to is Mark Ostrowski. And it was like, okay, well, I've heard that name, but I don't think I'm connected with him. So it was like this chain of phone calls that happened, and Kristen Landry was in the mix too. And like, well, he's going to be doing a segment in celebration. And so it was this like, this rush dial, like, oh my gosh, I've got to leave this guy a message. So tonight I'm so excited, so grateful that you guys agreed to be on. And it was fun to find out that we actually were kind of neighbors and didn't know it. So I used to live about 10 miles away from where you guys live right now for some years. So it's good to have some fellow Chicagoans in the house. I know Alvy's all about some Chicago Cubs too. Are you guys Northsiders, or you live on the South Side? We have a Cubs or Sox conversation to have.
Yeah, we're actually we lived on the South Side, so
No, Sox fans.
But we like them both. We cheer for them both. So as long as they can both do well.
Go Cubs! Go Cubs!
I know, Cubbies. I'm all about some Wrigleyville. All right, well, I don't want to waste any more time, you guys. Mark and Jennifer, you are on. Share with us how in the world you got started with Isagenix, what it's done for your family. I mean, just share your story, because I just can't wait for everybody to hear it.
I always like to give a little background before we really dive into the Isagenix, because Mark and I were high school sweethearts. I met Mark when I was 15 and Mark was 17. And I always remember how we had that youthful optimism and that energy that you have when you're young. And we had this just excitement about our future, because we were in love, and we had everything laid out in front of us, and we were high school athletes at the time too. And so we went to college. Mark went on to law school. We got married. We had 3 kids. And then I always say, and then what happened, Mark?
Yeah, and then like most, you know, couples or families, we got caught up in our kids' activities, you know, and we thought being a good parent was being at all your kids' activities, being as involved as you can. In fact, Albie coached all of our kids in baseball and softball along the way. We knew the one and only and the great Albie Shepard, 10 plus 12 years before Isogenics. And, you know, suddenly, you know, baseball practices and football practices and PTO meetings and swim lessons and gymnastics. I mean, if there was an activity, our kids did it, and we were at them all, but we really didn't take care of ourselves, and we made no time for ourselves. And what I realize now, and I think Jennifer realizes now, that if you want to be a more present parent, you want to be a better father, you want to be a better spouse, a better friend, you need to love yourself first. You need to take care of yourself first, because then you can be a better parent, a better friend, you know, and a better spouse. So, you know, quite frankly, you know, suddenly Jennifer was 180 and I was 280, and our health had just spiraled out of control. Now, these were the days too, I'm going to let you guys in on this. These were the days where when we would meet Albie Shepard for hitting lessons, between the lessons, when my kids would be switching off, Albie and I would be eating beef and sausage combos. We'd be eating French fries,
guzzling Gatorade.
Yeah, guzzling soda. You know, maybe we were nursing the night before, for, you know, for those of you who, you know, sometimes think ISA people live a completely pure life. And so, you know, so we were in a bad place, you know, for sure.
And then Mark and I started getting these phone calls and texts from Albie Shepard. And Mark was like, why the heck is Albie texting us? I mean, we had stayed in contact, but, you know, we weren't on a daily texting basis. And he started sending Mark these crazy messages, and they
weren't crazy. They were just, he was passionate about a new thing that he had found. And so he would text me or email me. And remember, he was a youth coach. This was when our kids played youth athletics. So as they progressed into high school, it's not that we had lost touch with Albie, but just our kids were involved in different stuff. And so we had a different type of connection. So all of a sudden he started saying, join my nutritional cleanse team. And I'd be like, dude, you are weird. Do not text me anymore. However, he was persistent, and we were resistant, because nutritional cleanse team, that sounds crazy. I mean, you know, I'm not sure I need to be part of that.
So Albie, just to digress for a second, let me mute him. Where were you as far as your journey at this point in time when you started stalking people about your nutritional cleanse system?
Right. So I started sharing it on day 5. I signed up as a preferred customer back whenever it was like, you know, no social security number or anything. And so 5 days in, I changed that over to associate, and I started sharing it right away. I got my family on board, and then it was probably like 2.5 to 3 months in before I contacted the Ostrowskis. And yeah, I was persistent. You know, they're like family to me. I mean, I coached their kids for, you know, decade. And I always had a really great relationship with both of them. So when his son reached out to me, you know, to me, I knew what I had at that point. I knew that what I had would totally work for them. And I was, you know, 100% behind it. So yeah, it was about a month, about 2.5 months into my journey. So they've been with me the whole way. Love you guys.
That's the amazing part, was that, you know, Albie had a good relationship with our kids. Albie was a great role model to our kids. And so, you know, that shouldn't surprise any of you. Even when he had his own issues, Albie never, ever missed a lesson, never was a bad example for kids. He was a great example for kids, and we're proud that he coached all of our kids. But there was a secret to the story that we didn't know, and he didn't let on when he was texting us and emailing us. And so when finally we talked to him, and we agreed to have him come so that we could listen to what he had to say. He said, look, I was contacted by your oldest son, Alex, and Alex had seen Albie's transformation on Facebook. And Alex said to Albie, he said, could you tell my dad about your program? I'm worried about it. And so for me, hearing that and realizing, that your children are worried about you, and especially in this day and age, I mean, I think we can all agree that, if you have kids today, I mean, it's hard to be a kid in the 21st century. I mean, they have a lot of pressures and a lot of, technology and things that we didn't have when we were growing up. And so you got to remember at the time, I was 50 years old back in November of 2014. I'm 53 today. I was a triple extra large shirt. And so you guys are going to hear a lot of this on stage, by the way, because we're going to be telling the same story. But, I was a triple extra large shirt. I was a 48-inch waist, and I wore a 52 jacket. And I had difficulty, just bending over, tying my shoes. I mean, one of these things, like if you can picture it, I couldn't bend over and tie my shoes. I had to lift my leg up, cross my leg over my other leg to tie my shoe, that type of trouble. And so when Albie said, hey, your kids are worried about you, Jen and I listened to what Albie had to say. We listened about the program. We said, we've tried a lot of different things. Jen was a lifelong Weight Watchers person. And we said, you know what? We can do this. So we called Albie back literally the next day. Mm-hmm. We ordered
30 days weight loss and fat burning system, and we charged ahead, and we never looked back.
And quite frankly, I was committed. I was going to be a more present father. I was going to be a better husband, and I was going to be a better friend, and I was determined to do it. And so suddenly, like we like to say, 2.5 years later, and multiple, I don't know, what are we on, 6 or 7 Isabody challenges later, I had released 107 pounds, and Jennifer released 40.
That's incredible. I just think it's so amazing. And we have this conversation so often, when it comes to kids, that are really concerned about their parents, what that must be like to have that conversation. Like coming for, you're supposed to be, we just talked about this in the beginning before everybody jumped on, like our parents took care of us, and now, we're taking care of your parents, but like to have that conversation when your kids are young. What was that like when Albie called you and kind of dropped that news? I mean, what was your reaction?
I mean, I personally was embarrassed. I felt like, how did I let myself go so much that, my kids, and incredible courage it must have taken for a 21-year-old to reach out to his former coach and say, I'm worried about my dad. I mean, it's hard for a kid. It's hard for a kid to sometimes communicate with adults. And even though I considered him to be a young man, I mean, he was still a kid who hadn't even finished college yet. And he was reaching out to Albie. So, yeah, I felt embarrassed. I felt like, I knew I was big, but I didn't feel like I was that big. But, let's get over ourselves. I mean, triple extra large, that's pretty big. 48-inch waist, that's pretty big. 52 jacket, that's like 2 people, Amazingly now, though, I'm an adult medium shirt. I'm a 30-inch waist, and I'm a 40 jacket. So, this when people say, does this stuff work? It works. and when people say, hey, what you do is hard, I don't know if I can do what you and Jennifer do. You know what? Being 280 pounds was hard. That was real hard. This is a, when people say, is this hard? it was changing lifestyle. It was changing your habits. You know, isogenics no different than anything else. It's not magic. I mean, you still have to change your habits, change your ways, and the products are, second to none. The products are amazing. The company is amazing. The community of support. Look at all the people on this call, and other calls that we've participated in, and other people that I've helped coach who need to lose a lot of weight, because they'll say sometimes, and I know maybe David has gotten this, or maybe Laura has gotten this, where people will say, you know what, I have a great person who signed me up. She's amazing. She's a super great coach, but she only had to lose 10 pounds. I have to lose 150.
Yeah.
Talk to you about it. And it doesn't make them necessarily, ineffective coach. I say all the time, I say, you should be coached by whoever enrolled you, but you and I can communicate and talk anytime, and I am glad to help you. I mean, that's the whole one team atmosphere of Isogenics, and that's what makes it amazing. And, because of incredible leaders like not only Alvy, but Casey, and, people like Jennifer Trinkner and the team that we're part of. I mean, we just have, one unbelievable group of people. And then, not only your own immediate team, but all the other teams that come together as well. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. And I don't know if, others, I'm sure, will comment on it or say, but I've known some people for 30, 35 years of my professional life, and I would trade them for the people that I've met in Isogenics the last 2.5, because the people that I've met in the last 2.5 are genuine, they're concerned, they care about me, and they're so positive. I mean, you never meet a more positive group of people. I mean, you think you can't cleanse, and then everybody's like, you can do it, you got this, no worries.
That's true.
And so it's incredible. I mean, and you're like, I don't want to let all these people down. I can cleanse. This is no big deal. We're not talking about Gandhi here. We're talking about, 1 day, 2 days,
Mark and I want our most proud moment, I think, because our why was shifted into high gear. Each one of our children has come to each of us individually and said, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I mean, they are our why. And so for them to come back and say, I am so proud of you, Mom, or I'm so proud of you, Dad. I mean, that was to the moon. I mean, it was great. And to all those parents out there, I just want you to know that the trickle down effect of your healthy lifestyle is watched and mimicked with your children. So I wrote in my Isabody essay that I was ashamed at how much junk food and fast food and concession stand food that Mark and I were feeding these kids that really didn't have a choice, because I'm their mom and I was giving it to them. And that as soon as Mark and I made this switch, even though our kids are 24, 21, and 17, it's amazing how they started going to the gym, how they started eating healthy and not wanting to, going to college and saying, oh, the food is so bad here, Mom. I can't wait to come home and have you grill some chicken for me. I mean, that's a lifelong gift that you can give your children. So for us, I mean, the gifts just keep coming. Besides getting our own health back and our own marriage to really, be on fire, our children, their lives have been improved 100%. So I
think the other thing that's been really crazy is, people say, oh, you must work out a ton. I mean, I don't work out that much now. When we started doing Isogenics, for the first 60 days, we didn't exercise at all. We didn't feel up to it. We didn't feel capable. I mean, and then that gradually turned to like walking, and then walking. We would since we did it in the wintertime, we would walk a lap, and then we'd walk 2 laps, then we walk 3 laps. We keep increasing, and then eventually we would like walk a lap, run a lap, walk a lap, run a lap.
Well, run.
Yeah, well, yeah,
run.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it, whatever it was. And now when people see us in the gym, they think we work out a ton, but we put in 60 minutes, 75 minutes, something like that. And I find it interesting when people see you in the gym and you're older, they'll come up to you and say, what are you training for? Why are you doing this to yourself? I said, I'm training for life. I need to be around for my kids and for my family, and they're like, wow, I thought you were going to say you were training for a marathon. I thought you were going to say you're training for some type of contest. And the reality is we can all be a little bit better than yesterday. We can all be a little bit better than we were before.
For sure. Jennifer, I love that you brought that you talked about the trickle down effect, because I had just read your post that you had shared, the nutrition with some family, it sounded like, and had in the subject or in the title, the trickle down effect. And I just wanted to read kind of verbatim, because this is going to lead to the next question that you said. We have some family that saw you and Mark loving yourselves to a healthy and happy place. And so they decided to try it for themselves. When we started this group, we talked about how, at least 50% of what we talked about and what we Zoomed about and the content that goes in the files and everything has to be about personal development and self-love and how to, what causes you to get to be over 100 pounds overweight, 200 pounds, even 40, Jennifer, like what causes you to get there? Because that, process of, you can lose the weight, and it's self-included, from experience, you can lose all the weight and it'll come back. If you don't have the right nutrition, but also if you don't have the right mindset. And I would love for you to just kind of share how it's been supporting one another as spouses through this process of losing, over 100 pounds. I mean, it's just it's such an amazing accomplishment, but just to talk about loving yourselves back to a healthy and a happy place, like how can you compare where you are today as a husband and wife, not just a family? I mean, obviously your kids are grateful that you made the switch, and they're just, coming right behind you with as far as using the nutrition, but, just kind of mindset wise and for your relationship, like what has it done for you, like for your lives as a couple and as a family?
Yeah, I mean, we say this all the time. We say it's not about what's in the box; it's what's not in the box. And that's what bad people have to realize. Because when you open the box initially, all you see is products, and you're like, "Wow, this is
a little overwhelming."
But it's really not. But what you don't see is how it helps you have a better spark in your marriage and your relationship. How now you start to communicate more. How you
do things together.
Do things.
Do really fun things
get
together.
Together.
On a beautiful Saturday afternoon, it'd be 80 degrees in Chicago, gorgeous day, and Mark would look at me and he'd say, "Hey, you want to go take a nap?" I'm like, "Sure, let's go take a nap." And we go upstairs and take a nap, and it's like now we're
we're bike riding and lifting and
taking
running,
the dog for a walk,
doing all kinds of stuff, and now we can't get enough activity. And additionally, it's like I said, we get better sleep, we feel more rested. I honest to God, I feel like more mental clarity. I mean, there's so many things that have been the benefit, but I would say the strongest component has been the significant amount of quality people that have come into our life through Isogenics. I mean, the people that we have met, that we have communicated with, the people that have supported our journey and we've supported theirs. This is like no other company. This is almost not believable. I mean, this is almost not believable. It's that amazing. And all you have to do is have an open mind and an open heart and realize and just take a chance and say yes, because once you say yes, your life is going to change. Ours did for sure.
And I remember thinking when we had the kids and we were so busy, I remember thinking to myself, this is a man that I've known for 35 years. I mean, we were kids when we met. And I was really scared. And I think I said this, we were speaking in Wisconsin. And I said, the thought of us, all the kids leaving the nest, and then it was just going to be Mark and I And I was like, are we going to be able to connect again and have hobbies and things in common? Because we had drifted so far apart because we were just each taking care of the kids and our own needs and our careers. And I was really nervous about that. And so when we opened the box and we were grocery shopping together. We were making decisions about what we were going to do for, for dinner, for exercise. And all of a sudden we started coming together and our hobbies started to form again. And so now I'm thinking about retirement and the kids all leaving for, their own lives. And I'm like, yay, we're going to have so much fun. And so, it's a spark. You don't see that in the box, but my nickname here is what is it? What is it?
I tell Jen she now has a smoking hot rockin' bod.
Right. So I'm SHRB. So I get a text every day that says SHRB. And I'm like, yes, smoking hot rockin' bod. There you go.
I love it. I love it. And you probably feel better than you did when you were in your, in your 30s too, yes, 30s or 40s. And I get that all the time. I love it. So let's talk a little bit about celebration. And I give a shout out to Casey Pluff like every chance I can get, because just like you guys talked about the culture of this company and the people that, come into your life that are forever. My life is forever changed because of her. Had I not come into this team and our entire team, I mean, it is like family, and the way that, we support each other. I mean, I'm here in Ohio now. On a family matter, and like in business doesn't skip a beat, because we have people like her and like Amanda and Lindsay and, Gerald and other people on our team that are like, we got your back, we got it. And so, had I not gone to, my first event was an NYKO. So, not quite as big as Celebration. It sounds like this event's going to be close to 15,000, which is just, I think there might have been 10 or 12 when I got started. But I know there's some super exciting things coming up for both of you when it comes to celebration and surprises. What information can you give us a little sneak peek about?
Well, you hit it right in the head. I mean, like you said, people like Casey, people like Jennifer Trinkner, people like Albie, are just a great leadership team. We're so proud to be part of it. But at Celebration, I mean, like I said, Albie and I participated in the call today, and I think they said that about 1/3 of the people that are going to attend are going to be their first. It's going to be their first event. So that's amazing, right? Out of 15,000 people, to have 1/3 of them be their first event. And I think Albie said, Albie also said that, or excuse me, the corporate people said that like 49% or almost half, this will be their first celebration. So that's,
how many people are watching?
That's amazing. Also with 100 Pound Club, interestingly, I think there's about 100 people that are going to cross the stage. So that's going to be incredible. And, the one thing that I know from participating in some of the rehearsals is that the people that you're going to see during the 100 Pound Club segment have had some amazing transformations. I mean, amazing. I mean, and you're going to see people that have lost, 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds. I mean, that is incredible. I mean, that is, that just blows me away. And so, I think that it's a testament, because we do see Isabody people, we do see, multi-figure earners. And I'm not saying all those things aren't incredible too. Those things are incredible also. But when you see somebody lose 400 pounds, I mean, you're like, whoa, I mean, you want to start bawling, because that person maybe shouldn't be there, and so you're going to be a witness to that, and that is going to be just incredible. And the one thing I learned is that Jim and Kathy Cooper sometimes think that the 100-pound, not that any segment is more important than others, but the 100-pound club segment really has some incredible transformations because of the amount of weight people have lost. And it gives people hope to realize that if these people can lose 100 pounds, maybe I can too. And the one thing that I tell everybody that I come into contact with, I'm not special. I'm no different than anybody else. I just had, an incredible friend in Albie Shepard, an incredible person who cared about me and said, hey, try this. And I just did it. I just followed it. I didn't do anything special. I just followed what they said on a shake day and on a cleanse day, and I just did it. And it can work. I mean, it works. And so, you just have to have the right mindset and the right focus. And you're going to see that from so many people. And I think Celebration, to me, is without a doubt so inspiring, so motivating. I mean, if you, need to get to where you're going on your journey, you're going to see that at Celebration. If you want to see people who have been committed and accountable, Isabody represents that. If you want to see,
the financial
freedom that you can get, I mean, you're going to see that. So you see some, incredible things. I think what you're going to see too is, the 100-pound club, they're going to mention that, once you achieve 100 pounds of weight loss, or 200 pounds, or 300 pounds, or 400 pounds, they'll put your picture up at corporate. Casey just reminded me about that. That's amazing. So you get recognized for that as well, just like the Isabody people. And so if you combine these programs, and you have to lose a lot of weight, I mean, you become not only a member of the 100-pound club, you might, in some cases, be recognized for Isabody. You might be recognized as a multi-figure earner. I mean, there's just so many opportunities and so many great things that this company does. Like I said, you're going to see all of that at Celebration. It's incredible. And what I would say too is people that we have communicated with and seen, you're going to get to meet, and that is awesome. I mean, and like Chris pointed out, I mean, Chris had communicated with Casey, and then had communicated with Albie, and then communicated with me. And Chris and I didn't know each other from, maybe like a week ago. And she reached out, and I called her, and we had a great conversation. And I felt like I knew Chris my whole life, so it was great. And I think that's what's so amazing about Isogenics, just the connections that you can have with people. You get those people, and you're hugging people, and you're brought to tears. Really, you're brought to tears. How people have changed their lives, physically or financially.
I remember too at my first NYKO, like I didn't know what it was, and I had Casey and Lindsay and a couple others on the team that were just like banging me over the head saying I had to come to an event. And I was like, I don't want to come to this stupid event. I just got laid off from my job. Like I've been to kickoff events before. Like stop making what is a big deal about this event? And I remember the day that I walked into that energy, and I was like, this is it. Like this is home. And I knew it. And it was just like, to have such an amazing leader, and, and her, and the way that, the team just kind of rallied around her. Casey, just love you to death. You've changed my life in so many ways. And, but I just knew, I was like, that is it. But the 100-pound segment, it's like waterworks, because having dealt with, being in a body that it's like, it doesn't even feel like it's yours, and like coming through that and losing all this weight. And mine was gastric bypass the first time, but then 50 came back, so then to have found Isogenics, and then, have that come back off, and then like none of it's come back. It's just been a year and a half, and the same, like, Chris, you must be in the gym all the time. And as a former college athlete, I'm the same. I'm like a little embarrassed to tell you, like these biceps are like from 1992. I mean, like they're just still there. I deserve to work out more. But I cannot wait for that segment. It's always my favorite, just because like it's just different. You know, like when it's amazing for anybody to get healthy and to lose, 10 or 15 or 20 pounds. But when you're getting into 100 and 200 and 300 and the clothes, that it's like, what was this about, and like people's spirits that just come out of their bodies, this shell that just wasn't supposed to be like that. But speaking of, excited spirits, Jennifer, I want to go back. Like, I saw your excitement in that post about Kathy Coover. I was like, let's talk about that for a second. When you're like, what?
I'm crazy over the moon for Kathy Coover, and we've been on Zooms with her, and her energy is just like, I can't take my eyes off her. And so, I got that email and I said to Mark, do you think I was really handpicked by Kathy Cooper? And he said, why would they write that? They would just say, corporate wants you to. And I just was super excited that she heard my story. I recorded kind of a little segment of our story. Basically what we talked about, and they're going to use it in an ISA-Tools, and it's going to be some kind of audio ISA-Tools. And so I don't know, what that means really. I just recorded the script that they had for me, and hoped that my genuine enthusiasm and love for this company and these products came through my voice, because I really do mean that. I've never experienced anything quite like this, because you see other diets come and go. You lose the weight, you gain the weight, you lose the weight, you gain the weight. Mark and I have kept our weight off for almost 3 years. And so there's so many tools. It's for the 100-pound club, things for anyone. But when you've got that much weight to lose and you need the support, you have Healthy Mind and Body, you have Isabody, you have the products that work, you have Zooms like this. This is amazing, Chris, that you do this. It is so awesome, because you can come together as a community of like-minded people that have the same struggles, the same goal. And I think I'm so impressed and so excited that there's a format here that people can come to every week and Zoom and get feedback on how to finish and get to their goal and then stay there forever. How great is that?
Plus you have people like David Stark or Laura Hyman who are on the call. I mean, if you look at their photos, they're not even recognizable as they appear on this Zoom right now. Yeah. I mean, that's how amazing it is. I mean, David looks so great. Laura's a freaking Isabody finalist. Are you kidding me? That is
awesome.
Amazing.
We keep working through the gamut of all of our guests. So like, we're going to keep circling back to get people come back on again. I mean, their story, oh my gosh, Laura and Myron, like, you guys are just it's killing me that I won't be there in person to hug you, but oh my gosh, what an amazing group. So I saw the tagline of the 100-pound club. The wait is over. And it's WEIGHT. What does that mean to you guys?
I mean,
freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom. That's what it means to me. Be able to do whatever, move your body. I could barely get out of bed in the morning. And so when I hop out of bed, or we're, in the gym together, it's amazing.
What it means to me, Chris, is that if I've had one person say this to me, I've had 10 people say this to me, maybe more. And maybe some of you on this call have had this too. People say to me, well, when you gain the weight back, when you put the weight back on, and then month after month after month, I'm not putting the weight back on. And, there's a part of me that when they say it, I'm kind of like, dude, why are you saying that to me? I mean, it's like, you don't believe that I can really maintain this, like isogenics is a fad diet or something. And that's the thing. It's not. It's a lifestyle. And, we have proven so many people, and a lot of people have said, I wouldn't have believed this, but we know you guys, and you guys have done this for 2.5, almost 3 years now. So
Oh man, I'm so excited for you. Like, what an amazing year for you guys. I mean, like, just with the new ISA tool coming out, you know, Jennifer, and like your success, and then Mark being up there on stage to co-host. I mean, like, seriously, like, does it get better than any better than this? Awesome. Well, we have a few minutes left, and I like to open it up to everybody that's on the call just to ask any questions. I mean, you've had such incredible success, and of course, you've been coached by an Isabody champion, so like you got one up on everybody right there. I mean, you should be doing something right, or else, or else we got a problem. But I just want to open it up to everybody else on the call just to see if there's anybody that has questions or shout outs or anything for Mark and Jennifer while we have them here.
Okay, I'm going first because
Awesome.
I love these two. We met Mark and Jennifer at our first NYKO. We sat together at Make-A-Wish and we connected instantly. And Mark said, you know, there's this 100-pound club and I'm in it, but I'm going to walk stage next year. And Myron and him got all fired up and they were like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And Mark goes, you too, Laura. So because of Mark bringing up that there was even a 100-pound club that I still didn't think was possible, we hit our 100 pounds. And Mark and Myron were together when we hit his. So this community is unlike anything. And these two people and Alvy, I mean, there are no words how much I love you guys. No words. And Mark, I'm so freaking proud of you that you're going to be up there representing the 100-pound club, because there's nobody in this world that could do it better than you right now. I'm so excited for you. And I'm going to actually go to you this year because, boy, last year on that stage, I went straight to my spot and I didn't even hug Dawn and Chris. But we're so blessed by this company and so blessed by people. Look at the people in our lives. I can't ever see us being without you. And I love you guys so much. And Jen, Isotools, we're going to be crying on Isotools now. I mean, come on. Because your energy comes through everywhere, baby. And I love you guys so much. Okay, I'll shut up now.
Hey, one quick point. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'll let you in on it. So Myron and Laura were traveling back across country, and they had stopped at our house on their way back to California. And Myron was at like 2 pounds or something like that.
It was 4 ounces away.
Yeah, it was just like a short distance away. I go, dude, we got to go work out. And I go, I'll get that off you in like the next hour. And he was like, no way. So Jen and I were kind of into HIIT. And so Laura and Myron joined me at a HIIT class. And we did HIIT. I thought I damn near killed Myron. You know? Because it was ellipticals. It's like, you know, part ellipticals, part weight training, part ellipticals, part weight training. And so Myron and I now call each other Crazy Legs because
No, Mark is Crazy Legs.
So, but then he woke up the next morning and he was like, I don't know, 100 point something, down. So it was amazing.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
That was the best day ever because it was like Mark and Myron won the Little League. Yeah. They joined together. They ran outside. It was like they were the first ones to see each other. And oh God, I love you guys. I'm so excited for this celebration.
And if Myron hadn't hit it, I was gonna say down a little extra ISOFlush right now. And go take care of some business, you know, because he needed to get down. And by the way, ISOFlush never gets any respect as a product. It's a great product.
It should. I love you guys. And I'm so proud of you, Mark.
Amazing. A great story.
can't wait to celebrate you guys. It's so inspirational. I mean, everybody on here just love everybody. And, you know, and I wanted to say too, you know, you're talking about that 100-pound club, you know, like at the corporate office when you're there, I mean, they have a picture up of every single person, you know, that's in the 100-pound club, like at that corporate office that, you know, the corporate staff like walks by every day. And, you know, Isogenics, they know that they're changing lives and just this mission. You know, it's not, I mean, the financial freedom is amazing, but Isogenics, the mission, you know, to impact world health and be the largest health and wellness company, you know, and they're doing that. And I mean, just walking around, you know, all these abs and muscles are, you know, all over corporate too. But every single person. And so I just think that's incredible. You guys are representing such a phenomenal mission and saving lives. And so just love all you guys and just can't wait to celebrate. You guys are inspiration.
So awesome. Love it. I love it. Woohoo! So great.
And I love that IsoFlush. I give it mad respect. That's the nurse in me, right? Like, IsoFlush all day long.
You gotta have it.
Get extra IsoFlush. Don't do a 30-day custom without adding IsoFlush.
If you're obviously, we all know this. If you're taking in a lot of protein, you need IsoFlush.
Anybody else? Questions or comments? You guys rock. That's all we need to say. You guys rock.
What I would say to anybody that is on the call and anybody that would need to, you know, either needs to on your own journey, or you know of somebody else that needs to lose a lot of weight. I am 100% committed to helping those people reach their goals. And so if that means getting on a call, I am glad to do it. I'm glad to help. Let people know that there is hope and that they can reach it. They can make it.
Those 3-way calls are powerful tool. Use them. They're great. And Mark is always ready to jump on and, you know, explain how to get that weight off 100 pounds. So.
I love it. I know. It blows my mind just coming from a career of corporate America and the, you know, political red tape. And if your work is, you know, this is something that I did and you can't have it and you can't steal it. And it took me such a long time when I started into network marketing with Isogenics that like people just wanted to help you. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, what do you mean? And it's like, no, like, use me, you know, like, get me on a call. I'm like, but like, aren't you busy doing other stuff? And no, I want to help you, you know, and like, take my post. Yeah, copy, paste it. And it's like, what? Like, but just the whole, you know, mindset of just how supportive everybody is of each other, you know, and willing to help. I know Alvy, I've reached out, and before Alvy didn't know who the heck I was. But, you know, because I was like, hey, you know, Casey said I could call you. And he's like, cool, let me know what time. Like, I was like, well, that was easy. Like, that's it. You know, that it's like, I can't ask the Isabody champion to jump on a call with me. You know, what do you mean? So, but it was kind of like how I call it, you know, with Mark. I think I left you I don't know how long that voice text was. I was probably nervous. I'm like, oh, no, I'm just trying to leave you a message and see if you'll call me back. And you're like, what's up? So,
and what's really strange is, and you guys on this call, I'm sure some of you have experienced it, is somebody will say, well, wait a minute, let me get this straight. Chris enrolled me. And then they kind of know maybe some of the business, they're starting to get it. So they're like, so wait a minute, there's this BV and certain things are going to go to Chris. So why are you helping me? Why are you talking to me? And I say, because that's what we do. We want you to succeed. This is sincere. This is genuine. We want you to reach your goals. I mean, health is, that's not like, you know, succeeding like in a running race or a swim race. I mean, we're talking about succeeding in life. I mean, and changing your life, and we want it for you. Because I think, Chris, you and I talked about this. You don't realize how bad off you are until you feel good. And when you feel good, you're like, man, was I bad?
It's true.
You know, eating a whole box of Girl Scout cookies or a row and a half of Oreos probably isn't a good diet isn't a good plan.
Oh man, I was like, Casey's making a face. I was like, I do like my Oreos. Okay, a half a row. That's why we cleanse. Albie, I know we're coming up on time. You're a master by now of being on stage and, you know, being up there in front of 15,000 people. What do you have to say to this duo, you know, that's going to be up there in front of all these people at Celebration? I mean, Mark, you know, up there representing the 100-pound club, like, what's that going to be like for you?
Well, first of all, I'm just completely I don't even have words for it. I mean, I was, you know, getting all emotional when he was talking about how their lives have changed. I mean, this matters. Everything we do matters. Every person we talk to matters. Every life we touch matters. And whenever I hear my good friends, Mark and Jennifer, talk like they were tonight, then every time that we talk, it just hits me in the heart, because that's a life, 2 lives that I've been able to help touch in a positive way. And so that's why I do what I do. And so it's just an honor, and so happy for them and just proud of them. I can't wait to see, you know, Mark on stage, and I know Jennifer's right there too. I guarantee you. I mean, they're just ambassadors, and I'm just proud of my team. Our team rocks. All of us rock. I mean, it's just amazing what we can do together as one. And so I'm just very honored. This has been a blessing from August 1st of 2014 to today. Tomorrow is going to be my 3-year anniversary. 3-year ice-iversary. So it's been a beautiful 3 years, and it's going to just keep getting better. So I'm just very proud of you, Mark and Jennifer. I love you guys.
I mean, you know, what Chris and Casey and everybody that's on this call, I mean, what most people don't realize is that, you know, for me, 100 pounds was life-changing. But if it wasn't for Albie Shepard, I don't know that I would have ever done this. And Albie Shepard saved my life. There's no doubt about it.
For sure.
Like, and that's kind of like one of those mic drop moments. I mean, and I'm done. Like, there's really nothing else to say. Albie,
Hey, I just wanted to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Chris, Mark, and Jennifer, I just want to say thank you for being leaders. You guys are leaders and leader builders, and I can see it. And it's an honor to be part of this team, to be coupled with a couple that's a power couple. And it's amazing how this whole company just fits this all together beautifully. And I just want you to know that. Secondly, I want all of us to know that we have an Isabody finalist winner right here on this call. This is Laura right here. I see her winning. So we have this year's and last year's on this Zoom. So I call that out right here.
All right. You go.
Okay.
That's right, David. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, David.
I can't wait to see the torch pass. Can't wait. Can't wait.
I'm so excited for Albie. Oh man.
I get to introduce you, Laura. So I fought for that. You were supposed to be, Doug was supposed to introduce you, and I said, no, I get to introduce my friend, Laura. And they said, okay. They switched it around, and today we had our new script sent to us, and I'm introducing you. I love you.
I love you, Albie. Everybody bring tissues.
No, you're not kidding.
An event, I think this Isabody thing. I think it's going to be the most emotional I've ever been in an event. So
It already is. It already is. Oh my God.
Well,
I got to get on stage with Mark, and then I got to do Albie. So I love you guys.
And that's
I know, right?
By the way, just so everybody's planning ahead, I don't know if you know this, it's a little different than last year. 100-pound club and Isabody on the same day.
Same day.
massive.
And our song has just begun shirt came in too. Woo-hoo.
I love
Team
it.
Express rocks.
Everybody wear waterproof mascara.
Yeah.
Don't even do the makeup on day 2 is like, I don't know, an oxymoron or something. It's like, what? That can't even go together. It doesn't even make sense. Like, that's just a waste of time. All right. Well, guys, I know that we said at the beginning of the call that a couple of you guys need to jump off and get on other calls. We love you so much already. I love you so much already. I'm like this. I just met you 2 seconds ago, I feel like. But Mark and Jennifer, cannot wait to see you guys, whether it's stream or in person at Celebration. And thank God for Albie for introducing Isagenix to you. But look where your lives have come from, like how incredible. And that's what, that's why we're all here. That's what matters. And, this forum wouldn't be the same without each one of you guys. So thank you for jumping on this week. And I hope you continue to jump on. We're going to actually go to weekly. We were doing bi-weekly calls for a long time and then on hiatus. So we're now going to be weekly on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're just going to leave it where it is because I think this is a magic day and time starting tonight. So we'll publish that in the group. But thank you guys so much for jumping on, and just so excited for both of you guys.
Got to smile, everybody. Smile. All right, count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Isagenix! Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Love you guys.
Right. Love you all.
Take care, guys. See you soon. Celebration!
If anybody's at Celebration, look us up.
We'll be there.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I will.
Thanks, Chris. That was so fun.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Chris, love to your mom.
Thank you.